friends and loved ones, welcome to People Touching People Forum. My name is Dr. William Lee, and of course I'm your host, and my co-host is Miss Donna Thomas. And Miss Thomas, it's always a joy to sit with you around the round table to discuss current issues that are affecting our friends and loved ones out there in the world. And so, Ms. Thomas, this evening we're going to discuss a topic or two topics which are so important. And the first one we're going to talk about is wills and also insurance, life insurance, Ms. Thomas. Of course, wills and insurance, as you know, are very critical. They are critical tools for financial planning and protecting of our loved ones. Wills and life insurance are like the dynamic door of estate planning, yes?
That's right,
They serve different purposes, Ms. Thomas. But together, they help to ensure our loved ones are protected and our wishes are honored.
Right.
Though they serve different purposes, both provides peace of mind and security for the future. Are you there?
Yes.
Especially during times of loss or uncertainty, such as job loss, breakups, marriage breakups, etc., illnesses, or even death of loved ones, Ms. Thomas. So, again, this is going to be very provoking. This is very interesting, Ms. Thomas. Welcome. My first question to you, Ms. Thomas, as we get into this matter, what is a will? And tell us a little more about it. What's the importance of having a will?
Okay. So a will is a legal document that outlines how your assets, property, and possessions will be distributed after your death.
Yes.
It also allows you to name guardians for minor children and specify final wishes.
Yes.
So many of us sometimes ignore the fact that wills and life insurance are important.
Yes.
We ignore it because in order to avoid all the squabble and contention and to distribute everything equally how you want it, because sometimes your estate end up with people that you don't want to get it. So it is important that we have a will and a life insurance in place. Remember, it's not for us who are doing it, it's for our loved ones that are left behind.
You know, Ms. Thomas, in the Christian world, in Christendom, and I must say it because I've heard it, different ones as a Christian who say, Jesus is my insurance. You know, Jesus will take care of me when I die. And I don't think that is prudent. No. I think that's a bit foolish.
Yeah, because when you die, the burden is left on your loved ones.
You know,
right?
and so even Jesus teaches us wisdom in everything that we do in our daily affairs. So we want to get into this, Ms. Thomas. There are different types of will. Can you tell us a few?
Okay, so there are different types of wills, and the first one here is simple will.
That's right.
So a simple will is suitable for straightforward estates, probably if there are no children involved, or let's say it's just a couple, you're just leaving it for your spouse. So it's straightforward. There's nothing to really split up. Just one person is gonna get it, or probably an organization.
That is right.
Yes, so that's straightforward. Then we have the testamentary trust will, where it's set up for minor children or dependents, right? So when you're setting up that, you're thinking about your minor children, your dependent adults, because you want it to be shared equally, right? And you might have a favorite, and you want that one to probably get more. So you never know. All right. And then there's also the living will, outlines your medical treatment preferences if you're incapacitated.
That's right.
Right, so this one is different from a traditional will. This is a living will. So let's say, for example, you have a terminal illness that will state exactly how you want your medical treatment to go, and you're not able to make the decision for yourself. So you set up that will. And then there's also the joint will, typically created by married couples to leave assets to each other. Right? So usually this is kind of straightforward too, where it's going to a spouse.
That is true.
Right.
So as you just rightly said, there are different types of will. But the most important thing is that we ought to have a will. Because so many contentions, so many fightings, so many divisions will take place after the person is deceased.
And death too.
There you go. There you go. We're going to get a little bit deeper into that. But will is important.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the benefits of having a will. To ensure your wishes, as you rightly says, your wishes are honored. If you were to be deceased, right? Your wishes are honored. All of your heart's desire and wishes for your children, grandchildren, whomever you want to leave a will for, is outlined.
That's right.
A will allows you to be clear, to clearly state who should receive what, which you just said. Am I right? Helping to avoid family dispute.
Right.
The will is most important.
And remember that disputes and squabbles, they happen a lot.
Oh yes, oh yes.
So you want to avoid that.
Of course. Yeah. Protect minor children. Yes. You can appoint a guarantee to care for your children if you or your partners are no longer around.
That's right.
You can create a will. So your children or grandchildren will be taken care of based upon your wishes. It also reduces legal complications. Will. Without a will, your estate is distributed according to government rules, which may not reflect your desire.
True.
And it happens all the time.
Yes.
It's amazing if you don't have a will. In North America, in Canada, I guess, in Jamaica, and the islands, I'm sure, when you die, the government moves in.
Yes, and especially if you have a bank account and you have nobody in that account.
Yes.
I went to the doctor recently and he was sharing with me that he has this client clearly has mental health issues,
That's right.
living on the streets. But guess what? The mother died, left in over $10,000 in the account. And guess what happened? The government got it.
It's good that it's great that we're talking about this because I'm dealing with a current situation in my family right now, which is so sad. As you know, my nephew died. And he's been married, have 3 children, beautiful family. And he died, but he had insurance.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but that's good. But here's the catch to it now. I spoke to, because I'm arranging everything down there. And there's X amount of money the insurance was taken out. And so he died now.
Yes.
And she went now to start having to deal with, only to find out, very sad, that while he was alive, all the papers, all the legal documents, everything was in his own name. I could not believe it. Miss Thomas.
How?
And so she's having a warm time. They say it's going to take months. Now, the funeral is not far from here. But because he took all the responsibility and he never got her involved, I thought, how sad. And
that
you know what?
Sad.
I'm speaking about my Navy, but it happens to many, many people. Many people out there. It's very, very sad. The importance of having a will and getting things to set up properly.
Getting it ordered while we're able to, because when we are too ill, we don't realize how the danger this is. Because sometimes, as we just said, your estate ends up in the wrong hands. You don't want that person to get your estate. And it happens a lot.
Also, with a will, it speeds up the legal process. We talk about the probate.
Yeah.
Most of us know what probate is. The legal distribution of assets is generally faster and easier when a valid will is in place.
Exactly.
The government don't have to be involved.
Yes.
So will is so important. This payout typically bypasses probate and goes directly to the beneficiary.
Makes it so much easier.
And we know, because we have experience in this series, but how many people that are listening to us, we're not thinking about that.
Yes.
So now I believe this discussion today will be able to help them, Ms. Thomas, to consider this matter.
It's very important.
Why is a will so important at any age? Why a will? Because there's a saying, a lot of people, younger generation, you go to and talk about a will, they say, no, will is for old people.
Yes.
I'm going to live until I'm still young.
True.
Why is it important for all ages, Ms. Thomas? Tell us.
Yes, it is important. So you may want to name beneficiaries or designate guardianship if you have children.
That's right.
Because as Dr. Lee just said, death and dying is not only for the old.
Come on now.
Young people die as well.
Come on now.
So it is important that these things are put in place from early.
Yes.
Because you know how many people leave their home never to return?
That's right.
Anything can happen when you go out. So it's important that you put this in place. And I know that we are talking to someone right now who was really thinking about it, but now that you're hearing the pros and the cons, you're saying, yeah, it's a good idea for me to get this. So so we are happy that we're able to share this information
and it's
with
important now we get this part of it cleared up.
Yes.
That will is not just for old people. It's not just people that are dying. Will is for every one of us.
Yes.
For all of us, for children,
yes.
teenagers, young adults,
yes.
adults. Will is important.
Yes.
It is utmost important, especially in the culture in which we are living.
That's right.
Are you there? So we talk a little bit, just touching a few thoughts here because they're it's very deep. But we are just here to alert our friends and loved ones, to remind them and to tell them the importance of having these things. What about life insurance?
And then also we're talking about the middle-aged adults too, right? Who will likely have more assets than the young adults, right? Or have more dependents, more people who rely on them. So it's important that you put this in place. And also older adults, estate planning can reduce taxes and family disputes. We talked about that earlier, right?
So important. I think we're touching something, Mr. Thomas. I really think we're touching something. We move to the next phase of the discussion is life insurance. That's another big one. Yes. Life insurance and the importance. Again, in my field of expertise out there, I'm sure yours too, I've heard it all. Yeah. I've heard all the excuses.
Yeah. And they don't have any money. And I'm telling you, if you just do it a little, pay a little at a time. You don't have to take out a huge, like millions of dollars, right? Yeah. You just want to start somewhere. And listen to me. These young people, they order from Uber Eats and they do unnecessary spending. But I'm telling you, listeners, this is really very important to put in place.
You know what I say, Mr. Thomas? Because I've been in my field of expertise or that influence there. And I know, especially in Canada, to have a complete funeral, everything, the package, is at minimum $20,000.
Yeah, that's true.
And to get a life insurance for $20,000 is less than $10 per month.
See what we're talking about.
And I've been in situations, I've visited situations where persons die.
Yeah.
And there was no insurance.
Nothing.
And you know, the chaos that it caused the family members.
True. Yeah.
So this is real. This is real. Life insurance. Life insurance provides financial support to your beneficiaries upon your death.
Yes.
All right. So a lot of times people don't think about those that they're leaving behind. But they don't know sometimes the stress and all the problems that the people have to go through just to bury you.
Yes.
All right.
But can I ask you a question just before we go on? So I heard this saying some time ago that white people leave wills and black people leave bills.
Oh, I never heard that. Oh, be careful now. Be careful. The world is listening now.
No, so it's a saying that I heard. I'm not sure, but that's what I heard.
You know, it's a consideration.
Yes.
But
so,
I've never.
If it's something that we have not considered or are not considering, probably it's time to think about it.
It is true.
Yeah.
But we're
bringing awareness to this, right?
Yeah, and I agree with you, but I'm gonna just add to your statement. I'm gonna say a lot of people.
No, remember, that was just a saying. I didn't say that, right?
Well, I'm just saying, because on my board, in my circle, there's a person that is not a black person, right? Because I'm involved in multiculturalism, and this person has been around, live in Canada, born in Canada, and got to a certain age, and I realized because of life's difficulties, you know, this person is not able, have no insurance.
Yes.
And if the person dies, who's going to bury the person? And with my wisdom, what I did, and because the person has been very faithful over the years, over 24 years, I decided to open up a life insurance on the person for $30,000. I think it's $50,000. It costs us around $15, $20 per month. And the person got a copy, and my board, my office have a copy. And it brought such relief to say, you know what, if anything happens to me, you know, I will be taken care of properly. So I'm going to say it's across the board, but I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But the most important thing, it is especially important if others depend upon your income and our care.
Yes.
Unlike life insurance, a will goes through probate, yeah? Which is the legal process of validating and executing it.
Yes.
But a life insurance, and I've got into situations too where persons died. And because there was life insurance there, we call insurance company. I mean, reputable insurance company. We'll talk about that later on. And within days, money was distributed. So there are ways to protect ourselves.
Okay.
And so let's talk about some of the types of life insurance, Ms. Thomas. Give us some.
So we have the term life insurance, and this is coverage for a set period, example, 10, 20, or 30 years. And then we have the more affordable, which is ideal for income replacement or debt coverage.
All right. Well, let me talk about the term for a second because it's important. Term, a lot of people don't know that. And sometimes when insurance company guys come to their home, you know, they don't fully explain.
Right.
A term life insurance is a term. It runs, so let's say you're 60 or you're 50. It runs for 10 years.
Okay.
When you get to be 60, that life insurance become null and void.
Okay.
It's a term. The term is up.
Right.
But what you're going to do now, you want to renew. But if you're going to renew, it's going to cost you more based upon your age.
That's right.
So you have to look at not just the term, but look at the advantages and disadvantages. Are you with me?
Yes.
It's very important because you can, even 40, you can get a term insurance, even 20 years.
Yeah.
And you pay $30 per month. By the time 20 years, by the time you reach 40, you could be paying $1,000, $2,000 per month.
Yeah, because when you're younger, the insurance is less.
That is
the premium
right.
is less.
So we said to our friends, you have to make sure that you ask all the pertinent questions and make sure that you know what you're getting.
That's
and
right.
then you go to the next one. What's the next one?
So we have the whole life insurance.
All right.
Which is permanent coverage that lasts your entire life. It builds cash value that you can borrow against.
Okay. Here again, this is important. Let me just bring clarity there. It's life insurance, right? But what, again, they will ask the insurance company what it is. So let's say you're paying $40 per month.
Yeah.
The part of it, you can set it up in a way that $20 goes as an investment.
That's right.
Not just life. So part go to the insurance, part go to investment, and at a certain point that money keeps accumulating.
Right, and you can draw it
That's
off.
right.
Yeah.
So that's important. All right, go to the next one, please.
There's a universal life insurance, flexible premiums and debt benefits, and it includes an investment component.
Again,
Yeah.
you see that? But before we go further, let me just say also, even with the life or the whole term, there are different types.
Yes.
There's one, and you have to just ask the right question. Within the right, you will have one there that if you're sick and you can't work,
yes, you get coverage.
A month or so, every month a certain amount is assigned to you.
Right.
Or if you go to the hospital, you have a private bed, you have semi-private, you have the ward. You know, so you go take your time and go through them and make sure you're getting
and ask the relevant questions.
You can get the one that fits your budget and fits your needs. Is very, very important.
Because especially the part that has the investment component, those premiums are a little bit higher than the other ones. Yeah.
But it's important. Go to the next one.
Group life insurance, which is often provided by employers, is basic coverage, which is usually not enough on its own.
Just basic.
It's just basic.
Your employer will cover you, but then you will have to have your own, your own insurance, which is wisdom. Are you there?
Right.
So let's talk about the benefits then. Benefits of having life insurance. Please tell us.
So financial security for loved ones. It can help cover funeral costs, outstanding debts, daily living expenses, or children's education.
So those are some of the benefits.
Right.
Which is very, very important. So what you're saying to me then is beneficial to all of us.
Yes.
Every person that's listening to have some form of insurance.
That's right.
It's important. You know, I must say to you, you know, and you can't have too many insurance policies.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some people, but for me, and not saying too much, but I have a lot.
Oh,
Why?
okay.
Because I want to make sure, and I'm able to cover my monthly expense,
Yes.
but I want to make sure that when my time comes, not just my children, but my
Yes.
grandchildren
Are covered as well.
are covered, and there's
True.
no stress
Yes.
on anyone. So again, you'll make the decision based on your financial situation.
Exactly.
and
How
your
much you
needs.
can
There
afford,
you go,
yes.
and you want. But insurance, as you're saying to us, is most important. What about home replacement?
Income replacement
Income replacement. Yeah, we just
Yes.
talked about that. Yeah?
helps maintain the standard of living for dependents who relied on your income.
Oh, there you go.
Let's say,
There
for
you go.
example, you're
There you
ill,
go.
you're not able to
That's
work,
right, that's
you
right.
have some money coming in to take care of the
That's
bills, right?
You know, one of the insurance, and I deal with a number of insurance companies and my contacts and all that. And, I've been able to help to guide people to these insurance persons. Even, for example, one of the insurance, I won't name names, if the person have a minor heart attack, even a minor, not major heart attack, but something happens, you go to the doctor at the
Yeah.
hospital and it says, you just have a minor. Right away, it's $50,000
Oh, okay.
check is cut for you. So at least, and that's in the policy.
Yeah,
That
okay.
I recommend to people, at least you have some money right there.
That's right.
So these are some of the things, I've always said, Mr. Thomas, knowledge is power.
That's
The
true.
more we know is the more we grow.
That is
And
true.
because of ignorance, a lot of people don't know.
They don't know.
So it is important, as you said, income replacement, etc., etc. What about death coverage?
This can be used to pay off a mortgage, loans, or credit card balances, ensuring your family isn't burdened.
All right, here it is.
Because remember,
you go ahead, you
no,
go
I
ahead.
think we're going to say the same thing.
go ahead,
You go
I know
ahead.
you. No, you please.
Because when we die, we don't expect that the house is you're gonna get it free.
Yeah.
It has to be paid for,
Of course,
right?
of course.
So
Of
it's
course.
important to have these in place so that all these bills will.
Yes.
Can you imagine? You die and you have your children at home. Your children are not able to take care of that
That's right,
by
that's right,
themselves.
that's right.
So all this life insurance will offset some of those costs, your burial costs to pay off the
Yes.
mortgage,
Come on.
and your children will be free, will live comfortable. They don't have to worry about where am I going to get the monthly mortgage,
Yes,
because
yes.
if it's paid off, they can sell the house
right.
now, and then they'll have some money.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they can share it up.
You know,
Yeah.
Mr. Thomas, is apart from my professional side of what I'm involved in as a doctor, it's 30 years I'm in real estate.
Yes.
And I've done it all, and I'm still doing it. And every home that I get from my clients, and I've sold many houses, and I have a lot of clients, I always make sure that we have home insurance.
Yes.
It's a must.
Yes, it's a must.
It's
Yes,
a must.
compulsory.
Anything can happen. And if you have a home insurance that's covered, you pay your mortgage, everything is good, and something happens that you die, automatically your house is paid off. And you're saying less stress.
Less stress, yeah.
Your siblings, your grandchildren,
Yeah.
those that are left behind, it helps. It just, and
Yeah.
so you're right. It gives what? Peace of mind.
Yes, yes.
Loans, mortgages, even
Yes.
credit cards.
Yeah, because a lot of people know, because
yeah.
the times are so hard, a lot of people are depending on their credit cards.
Yes.
Right.
So make sure there's an insurance.
Exactly.
For credit card, it's not much, but make sure it's still insured.
Exactly, right?
And that's just wisdom, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because that money can clear off that bill.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Please
Yeah.
go ahead.
Peace
Continue.
of mind, knowing your loved ones will be taken care of, offers emotional relief and a sense of control over the future.
Yes,
Because
yes,
clearly
yes.
now you know that your kids, your families
Yes.
won't have to worry,
That's right.
because there's something there that they can draw to, that they can,
That's right.
you know what I mean? Something there, they don't have to worry and stress.
Yes,
They don't have to
yes.
lie down in their beds and wondering where's the money gonna come from to
Alright.
pay the bills, because something is there. Mom or dad, they left something there.
Yes.
So
And again, it's very sad, Miss Thomas, but again, because of my years of experience and dealing with people, I've seen some sad stories.
Yes, true.
And which is very...
It happens.
And I mean, I deal with various nationalities, various groups of people, multiculturalism, but you made a statement earlier on, and because, let me just address our people, our people. because oftentimes we want the best for everybody. But I think our people are lacking behind
in this area.
And it
Absolutely.
is a fact. And I hope my friends and loved ones will agree with me.
Yes.
We're really lacking in this area, you know, and so we're great consumers. But it's about time for us to become manufacturers and producers. We're great, you know, that's just,
yes.
But these are things sometimes are placed on the back burner.
Yes.
That are not upfront.
And for different reasons.
For different reasons,
too, right.
you know. So, even somebody say, well, I don't have enough money for insurance. But what about 20,000 to bury you?
Yeah, even that.
20,000.
So your kids won't have to worry.
It's like $10, $12, and $10, $12, you know,
Yeah.
it's a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
For a month. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. And I'm going to say something, Ms. Thomas, before you go further. And I'm not being critical, I'm not being facetious here, but I'm going to say sometimes we are very selfish. We just think about ourselves. We don't think about those that we are leaving behind. And that is very sad.
Yes.
That is very sad. That is very sad. So continue, please.
Yeah. And life insurance beneficiary designations override your will. So if your will says one thing, but your policy names someone else, the insurance company will follow the policy. That's why it's crucial to keep both your will and life insurance documents up to date and aligned.
Yes.
So that means you have to visit it occasionally and change, because probably you have this one person that was, you know, really in good standing, and then something happens, and then you decide you no longer want that person to be. So it's okay. So you have to keep checking it.
Speaking about will and all that, my nephew, as you know, the retirement home I built in Jamaica, and everything is going great. But my nephew in Jamaica was the only one that I have on my bank account in Jamaica.
Did you change it before?
No. So he's the only one. And what happens now? Now, he pays the bills, he collects all the monies, but unfortunately he dies. And so there's a great void. That's why I'm heading down for the funeral and I have to go to the bank. We have to get somebody, but why I allowed it that way, because he was dear to me, I trusted him, he was faithful, but what unfortunately, he died. It's the same thing like will, the same like insurance. We have to prepare for what if.
The what ifs.
The what ifs, and sometimes we don't, and then, you know, it causes a bit of pain and frustration and anxiety, you know. So these are practical things that we're talking about, important things that people need to know. Let's talk about practical steps that we ought to take.
So write or update your will. You can use a lawyer or you can use a will kit for validity.
Let me just touch that note also. I was with one of my lawyers recently and we were talking about that with some other clients. And for persons who don't have a lawyer, because the world is listening, and persons that don't have a will kit, because there are some places, what you can do, you can write it out in paper.
Okay.
Just write out the will. You can do it general, drop up your own. You, the person, the beneficiaries, right? The persons who are going to be benefiting rather from
beneficiaries,
and then your instruction.
Oh, okay. How you want it?
And just sign it, because you might not get a chance to see a lawyer.
True.
Once that is signed and dated, I'm telling somebody, make sure there's a date, and make sure your name, and make sure the person who you would like to leave your assets to, and make sure you outline your purpose. And when you sign it, even the government, the banks, if anything happens, there it is. Get it signed, because that's all you have. You don't have a lawyer at that point. You don't have right. So that's another thought. I would share that. That's very important.
That's important.
So let's go further then.
Okay. Choose an executor and guardians carefully.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is so important.
Okay.
You want to make sure that the executor and guardians are chosen carefully, because sometimes people do not, respect your wishes.
Of course.
They don't, and they do their own thing. So it's important that you choose those persons carefully.
And here's the situation. It's nice that you mentioned that. It's all about relationship too. Like my parents, my father died. My mom outlived him 24 years. And now my mom passed away.
Yeah.
And left, there are about 8 of us children. There are 16, but 8 are alive today.
Yeah.
And I'm not the eldest in the family. So after my mom died and the funeral was done, a week after, we were still at home, all still there. And now the will has to be read. My mom was a wise woman. Thank God for that. Wise. So we all came together. The minister came and sat down with us. And I'm telling you, I learned something from my mom. And it was at that point, remember I'm not the eldest.
Right.
It was at that point I realized I was selected as the executor.
Yeah, because it doesn't necessarily mean that the oldest will be the executor, right?
When I get to heaven, I'm going to ask her why. But I know why. You're rounded. You're rounded. You're rounded. You're fair. You're not that we have a problem with my siblings. No. But I think they select a very...
You want somebody with their head screwed onto their bodies.
Well, I did not say that. She said it. All right. However, but look at what I tell you at the end of the will. Miss Thomas. And went out, and the person's going through, and at the end, it says in the will that this property, their property, should not be sold.
Oh, okay.
This property will go on to my children.
From generation to generation.
To generation to generation. And at the last statement of the will, my mom wrote, my prayer for my children is that they will live loving and peaceable amongst themselves. Oh, Miss Thomas.
Good.
Miss Thomas, I wept. We all began to cry. What words of wisdom.
Yes.
And you know what we have been doing, Miss Thomas? We have been maintaining the property. We have caretakers there. When we go to Jamaica now, we don't have to go to hotels. Everything is there prepared for us. Isn't that wisdom?
And I've been there. It's a nice house.
I forget you have been there. Oh, yes. I brought a group down.
Yes,
I forgot. Yeah.
yes.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
Those are words, wisdom that my parents had.
Yes.
Amen. So let's go further.
Assess your life insurance needs.
Come on.
Calculate debts, future expenses, and income replacement. And we touched on that before.
Yes, we did.
Name beneficiaries clearly and update them after major life events.
All right, there you go.
So let's say, for example, you have a beneficiary and that person died.
That's right.
Right? So you have to choose another one. So that's why it's important to keep visiting it and update it. Okay?
Yes, awesome.
Review your documents regularly.
Right.
Yes,
I did. As a matter of fact, about 6 months ago, I reviewed all my insurances because I changed some things. Because sometimes if you don't review them, you might be behind.
Yes.
When you could update and upgrade it. So regularly, that's very important that you say that.
Yes.
Common myth.
Oh,
We touched that earlier on, but let's look at some of them.
Yeah.
Young people say, I'm too young and healthy.
Yes.
I don't need insurance. What do you say? Do you agree?
In fact, life insurance is cheaper when you're younger and healthier. We touched on that earlier.
And we have seen young people are dying just like older people.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, what's going on these days? It's
Younger
very, very
people
sad.
are dying more, yeah.
What about the next one? I don't have dependents, so I don't need a will.
Yeah. A will can still help direct your assets and simplify matters for your loved ones.
So you're saying that, Mr. Thomas, that all of us, we need to have a will.
Yes.
It's a very, very simple
important,
thing. Very
yes.
important, yeah? We need to have a will. So I have to ask you a question as we come to the end. I know what you're going to say, but I'm still going to ask you.
See, I'm scratching my head.
I still have to ask you because the world, I'm sure they're asking already. Those that are watching, say, I want to ask these guys a question. So my question to you, do you have a will?
Not yet. But soon. But I do have my life insurance, though.
Well, what is that? What that's telling us? We have to get going.
We have to.
Yes, important because we have values, we have things, and we have children, and we have grandchildren, and so it's good though that we are being practical. We are being real to our audience, that they don't think we, So we are hearing, we are also changing. We are learning. We are making adjustment. That's who we are.
And you touched on an important point. You don't have to have a lawyer. You don't have to wait for a lawyer. Just write something.
Yes.
So as you said, I have my attaché at home with my important documents. So I'm going to write something and put it in there.
Leave it there. Yes. Especially we are traveling, you're traveling.
Yes.
And anything
can happen.
But anything can happen.
Yes.
But at least there's something there.
True.
So please do that. It is a very, very important topic. Let's summarize. Let's see what let's go further and summarize. Ms. Thomas, I'll let you go ahead, please.
Okay. So having both a will and a life insurance is a responsible step in securing your family's future. Remember, we talked earlier that having a life insurance and a will is not really about you, it's about your loved ones that will be left behind.
Yes.
You don't want to cause stress, you don't want to cause strain or chaos or confusion. You just want everything to flow smooth when you die. A will ensures your wishes are respected and distributed as you intended. And also your estate is handled properly, while life insurance provides crucial financial stability and emotional relief during a difficult time.
That's right.
Life insurance also provides immediate funds while your estate is settled. Life insurance pays out faster than wills in most cases. Together, they create a comprehensive safety net offering clarity, support, and peace of mind for the people that you love and care about the most.
And before we bring it to a conclusion, as you were speaking, just came to my mind to say this. Even with insurance, what I have done, and maybe this is good for our audience, and I'm sure you would have done it. Not only I have insurance covered myself and my wife, but even my children. Even though they are covered under but I still take out insurance for each one of them. So I'm paying for them because I know they're young, but anything can happen. So anything happens to them,
they're covered.
But I'm still covered, and anything happens to us, they're still covered. But it's important for us to think like that. Think like that. And I mean, it's a cost. But everything else in life.
But everything comes with a cost. Nothing in life is free.
Talk to me.
Those little things that you think they're free is at someone else's expense. So nothing in life is free, right? And I think this is a really, really good topic to let us be aware.
That is true.
Because I think it's a cultural thing with especially us Caribbean people, where we saw our parents and grandparents, they did not really, most of them did not have a will. And so we've adapted to that. Now it's time to change the narrative.
Of course.
It's time to change and start putting things in place to avoid the confusion. And I remember recently, or a few years ago, I read on the internet where this gentleman left his property, which had two daughters, and it should have been shared for both of them. So happens that the one was living overseas and one was living in Jamaica. When the one came back from overseas to try to claim, the one that lived there killed her and buried her in the house.
Wow.
And it was when people were smelling things.
I saw that in the news. I remember.
Yeah. Wow. So when we have these wills and life insurance in place, then we have things are set in order. So there's no confusion and chaos.
That is true.
Right? It's good to put these things in place. Stop putting it off and saying, I can do it, or I have time. It's time now. We're bringing awareness to this topic to let you know that this is important. And I'm sure one person is there thinking that I need to get this done. They're touching on it for a reason. For a specific reason. It's not just by chance. Someone is there who is probably sick, and you have not made that will yet. You have not done anything yet. It's time. Now is the time to get it done. it's really, really important, for peace of mind. Do you know what it is to have peace of mind? You're so relaxed, you don't have to worry. But when nothing is in place, you're stressed, you're depressed, you're confused. You have to be running to people to ask for favors. You don't want that to happen, right? You just want your families to have a peace of mind and to make sure that everything is in place.
You know, I wanted to go a little bit further this evening to talk about real estate.
Yeah.
To talk about tenants in common, joint tenancy.
Yeah.
So important. So many people have so many questions along that line, but because of time, Mr. But next week,
we can continue with it.
We'll talk about real estate and the various type of ownership and how I will walk the folks right through that. And also insurance, also interest rate, mortgages. Because of my expertise, we definitely will be discussing that next week on real estate and the various types and how to go about it to make it simple.
Yes, because a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand. So it's good, to let them know what's going on.
But it is indeed a joy.
Yes.
I know it's a short session this evening, but it's a joy to sit with you, Miss Thomas. You know, we have been getting so many response from persons all over the world.
Yes.
Whenever we discuss these matters, some are they're thanking us. Says, man, you know, I'm glad. Thank you for talking about this.
Yes.
Nobody seems to be addressing these issues. Yes. And so again, we consider ourselves humble.
Yes, and we're happy to do it. Yes.
So, Ms. Thomas, again, your last word, as usual, you summarize it for us.
So we thank you. We thank you for joining us for this session as we talk about the wills and life insurance. And I'm sure that someone will message us to say thank you. It's been on my mind. So we're really happy that we're able to give you some information. And please remember that you can see us, the People Touching People Forum, on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook.
That's right.
So please remember to share our video. Remember to like and share. Share the information with others so that they can know what's happening, right? And we have some really interesting topics. We have a lot of videos. You can go back, watch them. If you didn't watch them, tell others about them. Let them join on. Let them come on in and enjoy and be informed. That's important. Be informed about the different topics that we have discussed so far. Again, we thank you for your time. We thank you. And remember, if you have any questions, any issues, any ideas, forward them to us. We look forward to hearing from you. Once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, Ms. Thomas, it's a joy, as usual. And so, again, I join with you to say thank you to the audience, our friends and loved ones, and to remind them also that there's a ministry that is supporting us supporting us. It's called Victory World Impact Ministry. It's a multicultural church. We're all over the world. We're on Facebook, YouTube, etc. Their phone number is 416-282-1101. If you're in Toronto, you're coming through, or you live close to in Toronto, give us a call and come and have some fellowship with the group. Powerful multicultural church. On Sundays, service starts at noon. On Sundays and also 7 p.m. Sunday evening. Wednesdays Bible studies 7:30. And also we have youth at 7:30 on Friday. So many different outreach ministries that they're involved in, locally and overseas. Victory World Impact Ministry. Thank the leadership of that church to stand with us, to support us. Also, Ms. Thomas, we want to thank also the team of us. Our administrator, the coordinator, who is in charge of all of this program, is none other than Mrs. Stacyann Campbell. And by the way, she's doing a fantastic job.
Wonderful. Good job.
She's the one that do the sound check and the
the engineering.
Right.
Oh yes. She wears many hats.
And she's the one when you're too sweaty, you sweat, she gives you the tissue to wipe your face and the powder and all that. But we are so happy to have her.
Yes, we're grateful.
Of course, Mr. Malcolm London, the engineer. Amen. And so 4 of us doing a fantastic job. And I know people do appreciate it. And again, as you said, we're coming to you from people touching people. Each one. So my friends and loved ones, thank you. Thank you for joining with us this evening. As Ms. Thomas says, send in your requests. Send in your suggestion. And a matter of fact, if you have a topic that you think it would be appropriate for us to discuss, please Let us know. Let us know, and let's consider it. Let's study the matter,
Yes.
and let's bring it to light. It's
Yes.
important. We are
Yes.
here for you. And so again, thank you. We love you. God bless you. Have a great afternoon.